I hope you enjoyed your holidays or your Christmas. And this is going to be perfect because if you ate a lot during Christmas Day, like me, this is going to be perfect for you. I love to work on my core after, a big feast. So this is going to be something that everybody is welcome to join from beginners to advanced. I'm going to give you options and variations if it is, easy or a little bit more challenging. And I hope you don't mind little buddy here. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right in. We're going to start in downward facing dog. So find your down dog, hands or shoulders distance. Feet can be hip distance apart or feet together. Okay, I am going to do feet together and we're going to start with spinal waves, okay? If you have a little bend in your knees and you cannot reach your heels down, I like you to think about compression, meaning belly and thigh will always be connected. So you're not rounding, okay? We're not going to be rounding. I want you to really open up here and elongate your spine. Good. Now you're going to start to press one heel at a time down on the mat and pairing it with your breath. Throughout the session, your heels really do not need to go down. So whenever you feel that you're tight, right, I want you to get that belly and thigh compression or connection. All right, now we're going to start to roll our spine forward and back. You can get a bend in your knees as you roll back. Or you could also keep on straightening the knees as you wave. So this is going to depend on you. You can feel both. I encourage you to feel both ways so that you can feel which one is better for you at the moment or feels good. Keep on rolling. And pairing with your breath, your roll and the speed of your wave will really be based on your breath. I like to inhale as I roll forward, and I like to exhale as I roll myself back. But again, this is going to depend on you. Most people like to roll or exhale forward and maybe inhale back, right? So find that yummy feeling for your body. All right, now we're going to steady our downward facing dog and let's take a deep breath in together. Breath out. One more time, big breath in. Breath out. Good. Now we're going to power up, okay? I want you to get your knees bent, open it out, okay? And then look forward, shift your weight back. Okay, inhale here and you're going to exhale to jump or hop forward to your malasana or yogi squat. It doesn't have to be perfect here, but I want you to get used to the stance from your malasana. And we're going to jump back again to your downward dog. Okay? We're going to do that many times until you get that you're contented with the jump back to your down dog. So it's going to look like this. So hands, shoulders distance. I like mine like that. And then you're just going to jump back. One jump and hoping that you land in your downward dog. Again, it's not going to be perfect, especially if you're just first time doing this, right? But you're just going to try your best to do that. Okay, and then you're going to do this repeatedly without moving your hands. So plant your hands to where it is really firmly rooted, and then keep on jumping. As you jump back to down dog, make sure you press your head back, right? Like really getting to your downward dog. It's not going to be perfect, but aiming for that. Good. Opening the hips here really wide in your malasana or yogi squat. Good. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Whoo! Okay, from here you're going to drop the knees all the way down and untuck your toes, point it back. Rest in child's pose. Okay, find your steady breath, catch your breath, and I like to take a break with some back bends. So if you want to join me, let's go do it together. So in your Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose, you're going to open your knees a little bit wider than your hips or hip distance apart. I like mine somewhere there. And then you're going to drop your right hand down just to your sides. And then you're just going to shift your weight forward, lifting your hips up from your heels, and then trying to get a side bend first. Good. And then back. Okay? So you're going to swing, kind of like drawing half circle with your hand. So shift forward, lift your hips from your heels, side bend, and the back. Good. Same thing as how you entered. You're going to do half circle. Okay? So keep on doing that. Stretching your back and really stretching. So if this is too intense for you, you could actually get a block or a book here. So if you need a lot more height because you're not there yet with your back bend, right? So just find what works best. You can access this. You just need to find any, tool that can maybe help you flow to get to that position. Keep on going. We're going to do a lot of dynamic movements because that's what the body needs right now. Good. Yeah. It's okay if you look silly. There's really no right or wrong there. That should burn your quads. If you feel that your quads are already burning there, then you can proceed to the next side. Left hand will drop down. Same concept. I like to inhale as I shift forward. And I like to exhale as I kind of swing myself back. Or you can just find your own breath rhythm, as I always say. It's going to be really different each side, and I want you to feel the difference, right? So for me, on this side, it's hard for me to bend back, or it's harder for me. I can swing onto the sides, but not so much with the back. Like I need effort to get to the back bend compared to my other side, right? And you want to notice those subtle differences with your body to get to know your body. Whew. And if that feels good for you, you can come onto your camel pose, right? I'm going to show you different ways to enter. And this is going to be your option 1. Sitting on your thunderbolt on your heels, and you're going to cup your heels with your hands this way or drop from the ground. This is going to depend on you, maybe the toes, right? Pushing the toes this way. And then you're going to first arch your back, upper back, so rolling your shoulders back, kind of like forming that rainbow shape with your side body, right? And then or shifting your hips forward. See that position, right? So this is a great quad strengthening too. If you keep on doing this, again, do it with me. Dynamic movement. Good. Keep on going until you get used to doing that. And then maybe opening, now shifting, pushing your hips forward and dropping into your camel pose. Welcome to your Ustrasana. Stay here. And I like your head. Like really, don't hang it all the way down because we're going to do a lot more. Breathe. Think about expanding as you inhale. Good. And think about softening as you exhale there. At least that's how I like. Okay, sitting down, relax for a little bit. And then I'm going to show you the other way to enter camel, right? So I also like to get onto my knees. And then from here, this is, I guess, most common where people do this, right? Then this and reach. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to try a different thing. Okay, I want you to hold your waistline and then grab your waist, and then you're just going to roll your shoulders back. Drop to where stay to where you dropped your shoulders, right? And then you're going to push your hips a little bit forward without pressure on the lumbar. Not too much that this is painful. You don't want that, right? So you want to really get a softness with the lumbar. So I like you to get that tilt, right? So you see this arch again in the lumbar, and then dropping your shoulders back as you roll it back. And then from there, you're going to get that rainbow shape, right? So you see this, your hips are sticking out, right? And then you're doing so as you roll it back, right? So if you do it again, rolling it back and then grab, right? So you can do both at the same time. It's good. And that could be a little scary if you're just a beginner, but eventually you will be able to get there, right? Or you could also just do, which is common, or what I find most teachers teach, is that like you're pushing here from the upper back or thoracic rather, and then grabbing one heel at a time and here. But I kind of want you to get used to both. Boom. Because that's a good one for your drop back eventually if you want to learn how to drop back. Okay, how does your back feel? Good. Right, now we're going to get into our boat pose, but first we're going to exercise our legs. So getting into your downward facing dog. Feet together, right leg lift all the way up. Breathe in. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips now, facing the right side. Stay here for a little bit to open up. Breathe. Good. Square the hips. Now extend again the right leg up. Breathe. Close your eyes if you have to. Really feel the sides of your body pushing yourself up. Good. Strong side body. And then release. Beautiful. We're going to do that on the other side. Left leg lifts up. Breathing in. Breathing out, bending the knee, opening the hips, facing the left side now. Stacking your hip joints. Breathe. Stay for a few here. Grip onto your hands, really strong grip here. Square your hips and extend the legs. Inhale. Exhale here. Strong body, grip firmly, push yourself away from the mat. Whew, and then drop. Beautiful job. All right. Now coming to a downward facing dog. We're going to roll our spine forward and then roll it back with bent knees coming to that tabletop, but you're floating your knees. Okay? Now I want you to get around in your upper spine. Good. Get this feeling of rainbow back. Okay? And then hug really navel towards your spine. Engage in your core and drop the knee maybe a few more inches and adjust your legs, right? Knee should be stacked on your hips. Hollow the body. We're holding that position. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to pivot yourself facing the right side, right? And then you're turning to the right. And then you're going to hug the bottom knee to your chest, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's just here, but as much as you can, if you want to hug and hook it like how I'm doing, hug it like that, okay? Point that toes, and you're just going to hold this for 3, 2, 1, and then coming back to that floating tabletop, okay? Pivot yourself, turn to the left side. Good. The bottom knee again, you're going to hug it towards your chest, and then hold. Grip firmly for 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, push back. Downward facing dog to rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Roll your spine forward. Drop your hips, upward facing dog or cobra. Depending on you, you can drop your hips here for some cobra if you like, or upward dog. Good. If you, wherever you are, cobra or up dog, we're going to lift the right toe up. Okay? So if you're in your up dog, it's going to look like this. If you're in cobra, it's going to look like this. Good. You're just going to drop the right foot to the opposite side. So you're going to twist your body now facing the left. Let go of the right hand so you can get to your wild thing. From this position, you're just going to send your hips up in wild thing and then right hand over the head and drop. So in wild thing, you want the hips pushing all the way up. So the hips is working, the glutes are working. You're squeezing your butt cheeks here to really shift yourself up. right? Okay, and then let go of the butts or the butt cheeks, and then you're gonna drop yourself now to that down dog shape. Okay, and drop the foot down. Beautiful. Roll again your spine forward. Drop to your upward facing dog. Left foot up, point the toes, and then you're gonna cross it to the other side. Good. Wild thing again. Drop the foot, and then left hand over the head, hips up, up, up for wild thing. Good. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, coming back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Take a moment here to rest. You could get onto your knees if that was intense for your wrist. And then maybe just shake it. Or just do some waves. Good. All right. Coming back to our downward facing dog again. Woohoo! Yeah. Okay, feet together. We're going to lift the right leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to your chest. Okay, you're going to turn again yourself to the left side. Good. You're going to hug that right knee, but this time with the other leg straight, right? We're going to compress your body. Hold. Good. And then turn to the other side. Drop that right foot down and left knee towards your chest. Good. And then pivot yourself, turning the right side, and then hug that left knee up. Compress your body, straighten the right leg. Good. Energy from the core. Lift up your hips. Good. Hold. Whew. And drop to downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good job. Take a moment to rest. Okay, when you're ready, you're gonna shift your hips sitting back. Okay, and then inhale, hopping forward, Malasana. Beautiful. Yogi squat. Okay. Now from here, I want you to really get your knees out. So if your Malasana is high, right, or you cannot really get onto your squats, this is going to be really, really hard. You could actually do this, right? But this is good to also open up your hips, right? And then from here, you will feel your inner thighs dipping down, and this should really burn, right? And this is a great way, right? Pushing yourself forward and up to really get everything in your hip mobility. This is so good. You could even shift, drop the forearms and shift in your weight left and right as you really dip your torso down, and your inner thighs here should burn. Good. Woo. All right, now you're going to sit all the way down. Woohoo, ready for our boat pose. Okay, this is now gonna be our workout. Okay, we're gonna start in grabbing your back knees this way. So I'll give you 2 options, okay? But I want you to focus with this boat pose exercise. I want you to focus on compression. We're going to do this, and then we're just gonna tap one knee up at a time, or rather toe, right? Shins parallel to the ground, okay? Or option B, you could completely hug your thighs. It doesn't have to be elbows to elbows, but maybe grabbing your hands like this and then tapping one by one like that. And we're gonna kind of march. We don't need to count. We're just going to be doing it together. And just do it fast. But one leg at a time. Okay. Good. Now hold halfway. And then the other leg, halfway, hold. So if you're here or farther, it's okay. Just focus on compress, 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 right? Okay, and I want you to get your compression. Holding this position. Good. Now from here, we're going to tap one leg at a time down. It doesn't have to touch. You're just dropping your foot down. And it's just going to be fast, right? Compress. Feel your belly. Good. Stay here. And then this time, we're going to do one leg at a time, going all the way up. Try to stretch and straighten the knee as much as possible with this resistance with your arms or hands, right? So it's really hard to do that, to straighten if there's resistance, but you got this. You're really working on the hamstrings, backs of your legs, even your quads. All the legs here is working. Okay, now all the way both up. Whoo! Compress, compress as much as you can. If you can't hold there, you could of course grab your ankles anywhere in your toes. Maybe your big toe, like a lot of people do. Whoop! Or maybe your feet. I like this way too. The palms. But I want you to actually compress, right? So wherever you are, compress. I really want you to get the compression. Hold, hold. And if you can hug, of course, whoop, we're gonna balance. Don't fall like I did. And I like it this way. My legs are shaking. How is yours? Whew, we got this. Hold, hold, and release. Woohoo! Now shake it. A little bit of a rest. Good. Now we're gonna twist. You're gonna grab the right foot with the left hand outside, and then try to straighten your knee. See where you're at in your mobility. Right hand will support you behind, and just try to straighten it, and then try to compress some more. A lot of compression. From there, you're gonna drop, slide your back hand to where you can drop the forearms safely, and then just stretch. Again, if you can grab the foot, you could always just grab whatever you can grab to adjust yourself to where you can get here. Whoo, shaking. I love this stretch. So good for the back of the legs. You feel that, right? Ooh. And release. Good. Okay, we're gonna go get more twist here, okay? So your left elbow will be hooked outside of the right knee. And as you do that, you're gonna really feel you're twisting your body. So your right shoulder really peeling it away from you to the right side. And then really get that compression. There's still a compression there at the sides, right? Feeling your torso like a screw, right? So inhale and then exhale. Really peel and screw yourself face the backside. Hold and breathe. Whew. And then release. Shake your legs. Look straight ahead and just feel your body, feel your gut. Whew. I like to give a pause and just really get a feel of my body. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Now you feel very much open there, right? And we're going to try to balance it out on the left side. Okay, you're going to grab your left foot with outside of the left hand, or right hand rather. And then again, straightening, try to straighten it first. And then left hand will slide back, right? And then don't freak out on this or don't worry, right? You should be able to swing yourself this way. And then slide the backhand down, forearm will drop, and twist yourself more. So now compress. So see what I'm doing here? I can actually do this, and maybe if you're more advanced or flexible, maybe you can try. Elbow will now be outside of the left knee. So now you're kind of really getting a twist, and this thigh should be hitting now the opposite belly, right? So left thigh towards the opposite stomach. Right elbow will hook to the left of the knee of the left, and then you're gonna grab your heel this way. So you're basically kind of wrapping like an eagle, arms and legs, grabbing the heel, and then looking back. Breathe. Stay here. You could either play with pointed toes or get a flex if you want that back leg stretching. And then pointing and flexing. I like to always work on all the angles, and sometimes I like to really play with rotating the ankles. Whew. And release. Whew. Sit back again. Up. And then we're going to do the twist. Okay, so take a deep breath in, inhaling, reaching both hands up. Now exhale, you're going to drop both hands down to the sides as you twist yourself to the left. Good. Now you're going to hook that right arm towards the outer side of the left leg and then twist some more, look back. Good. Stay there and really screw your body and breathe. Good. Now coming back to your center. And then let's take our Sukhasana. Big breath in, reach your hands up. Exhale, hands down to your forehead and down to your heart. We're not done. I want you to really feel your body. We're going to reset in this position and ground yourself, finding your center. Feel your butt cheeks rooting down. Feel that heaviness of your legs. And open your eyes if you closed it with me. Good. Just a quick break there. And how do you feel? At least for me, I feel even. Right? Okay, now to go back to the boat, we're going to do some rolls, okay? The goal for the boat, I just wanted to show you before you join me, is that I really want you to get into a position where you can actually come into a hollowed position, right? And then you're going to get into your boat pose this way, right? And this takes a lot of core, everything is really connected there with the legs, right? That's a quad burner, and then that's the goal. Okay, but for now, what we're gonna do is a lot of rolls, and let's see, maybe it helps to activate your core. Okay, so we're gonna be rolling back and forth, doing this way what we did earlier, and then you're just going to really think about compression, right? You could also grab your heels if this is more comfortable for you, so you can actually roll back and forward, right? So see, your rounded back is this way. I'm going to be moving more towards my side, so I'm trying to balance myself because of my scolio. I don't roll flat. So if you have scoliosis, this is actually really good for you. Whew. So keep on rolling. Good. Now I'll meet you in a seated position, and then we are kind of going to progress, right? So from here, you could actually come into your hollowed body with the grabbing the backs of your knees, and then we're gonna do one leg at a time. Okay, so straighten one leg, and then you could either compress this knee towards you, or grab here, right? We're just basically rolling forward and back with this, right? Like that. So finding the momentum, right? To where you can balance, keeping one leg straight and then one knee bent. And I'll meet you in a switch position. Okay? So you can switch also down when you're supine. Exhale as you come up. Right? Whew. Now how does your tum tum feels? Whew, for me, it's like, yes, thank you so much for moving me. All right, we're gonna stretch one leg and then the other. Good. And then really lift your head up. You could bring your hands behind your head and really focusing on the lumbar pressing down. So you don't want that space, right? You could have your hands this way if this helps you to lift your chest up. Ooh, you feel the burn, right? Do you like this? This is not my favorite, but I really like it for my core. Whew, the burn. You could do faster by exhaling, like a Pilates style. Whew. And see you in boat. Whew. All right, we're gonna hold our boat pose, lift it all the way up, right? And then straighten your spine. I like my chest lifted in boat, and then hold. You could hold if you can't let go of the hands, right? You could, of course, grab, that's okay. We always start somewhere. 10, 9, your legs shaking. 8, 7, 6, you got this. 5, 4, 3, legs are burning. 2, and 1. Woo! Baddha Konasana, feet together, and butterfly pose. Inhale, exhale. Ooh, yes. Oh, yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna have to end it here because Buddy is barking. It's actually dinner time here. I hope you enjoyed that one though. If you enjoyed this class, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye! Say goodbye. Do you want that? Your mouse? Okay, go get your mouse. Get it. Roar, roar, roar.